Alright, welcome back to another Packet Tracer video. My name is Aaron Strausser, and today we are at 5.3.4.4, performing an initial router configuration. So we will be configuring a router host name, passwords, banner messages, and then we'll verify that we've got everything properly configured. So to get started, we're going to go on the customer PC and connect to, with the terminal. So we'll hit enter to get started here. We need to enable to get into privileged exec mode and configure terminal or conf t. And once we're in here, we can go ahead straight off and change the host name to customer router. And then once we've done that, we can go right into configuring the privileged mode and the secret passwords. So if we want to change the password to Cisco, we go enable password, Cisco, and then we want to set an encrypted privileged password to Cisco 123 using the secret command. So we will do enable secret Cisco 123, and then we will configure a password for the console. So if anyone attaches with a console cable, they will still need the password, and to do that, you do a line console 0 to get into that line config line area, and then do a password Cisco 123, login, exit, and then we are going to configure a VTY password so we can allow someone to access the router with Telnet through a fast Ethernet connection. And to do that, we just do a line VTY04. That gets us into that command area, and we can do the exact same thing as we did to get the console password in there. Login, exit. Now we want to configure the password encryption just so nobody can see what the password is. If they do a show run, it won't show them what the password is, so they would have it. Let's go ahead and do a show run right now just to see. And you do see right there on that first page, right at the top here, it says no service password encryption. We don't have any encryption, which means the enable password is right there, Cisco. We go down a little more. We see our console and our Telnet passwords right there. So we don't want people to see those when we're looking through the configuration on the routers. So to do that, we just need to get back into configure terminal and just do service password encryption. And then while we're in here, let's go ahead and get a banner on here. Message of the day. Anything that is within the $signs will be printed on the screen. Authorized access only. Let's exit twice. So we're starting over. As soon as it wants you to get in, you need a password. Cisco 123. and we need to enable to get into privileged exec mode. We're going to have another password, which is Cisco123. Once we're in there, we can show run. And now if you see, the password right here is been replaced with letters and numbers. So no one can look over your shoulder and get the password. We see that our banner is on there, and if we scroll up to see, I didn't even notice this, but it's right here when we first got started. That's where the banner is. Our console and our telnet passwords have been encrypted. And just some more of the error detection, or some of the other stuff you can do, is if you ever end up typing something incorrectly, let's say you're trying to enable to get into privileged exec mode, you spell it wrong, you spell it with an M, it starts looking for the server. It's trying to look up the domain to try to resolve whatever you just typed in. And you know what it's doing right now, it's just thinking, it's not doing anything, and all it is was a typo, so we don't really want it to waste time and go search for it. So it's still looking it up. Alright, so it finally gave me the command that it can't find it. Obviously, I wasn't looking for a computer, I just hit the wrong button. So if we do enable, need our password, and configure terminal. Once we're in here, you can type in no IP domain lookup, and so then it won't look that up, it'll just treat it as a bad command. So once we do that, we need to do an end, and then we can do copy run start, hit enter, saves everything that you've done. So now we want to move on to verifying the connection. So we need to log out of our terminal session here. Hit an exit. And then we're going to log in to the 1841 customer router. So we see our banner's up, our password shows up, which is Cisco123. And let's get to privileged mode, which is going to need the password again. And let's check our results down at the bottom. And we did get everything properly set up. So a couple questions: which Cisco IOS CLA I command did you use most? I would say doing all of this, the most times you use anything, or just enabling or conft or exiting, anything that you have to do each time you're going in and out of these configuration modes. You need to do the configure terminal to get in, or the exit to get back out of it. And then how can we make the customer router passwords more secure? Definitely by encrypting them. Another one would be to get a different password for each specific level of the system. We used Cisco and then Cisco 123 for everything else. So if you lose one password, you'd lose the whole thing. So it'd be better to get different passwords for each individual spot. Thank you very much.